Third canto, chapter number 26, श्लोका 6th. एवं पराभिध्यानेन कर्तृत्वं प्रकृते पुमान् कर्मसु क्रियमाणेषु गुणैरात्मनि मन्यते. एवं पराभिध्यानेन कर्तृत्वं प्रकृते पुमान् कर्मसु क्रियमाणेषु गुणैरात्मनि मन्यते. Evam, in this way, para, other, avidhyanena, by identification, kartritvam, the performance of activities, prakritehe, of the material nature, puman, the living entity, karmasu, kriyamaneshu, while the activities are being performed, gunai, by the three modes, atmani, to himself, manyate, he considers. Because of, translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Because of his forgetfulness, the transcendental living entity accepts the influence of material energy as his field of activities, and thus actuated, he wrongly applies the activities to himself. He wrongly applies the activities to himself. The jiva thinks himself the doer of activities which are done by the gunas. Actually, activities are done by three modes of material nature, but jiva thinks that he himself is the doer by false identification with prakriti. And why he does that? He does this because of his false identification with prakriti. So in this way, the jiva begins to accept the form of prakriti as his own. Okay. So, in this way, the jiva begins to accept the form of prakriti as his own form, though prakriti is different from him. So, due to this understanding, the jiva begins to regard himself as the karta, the doer of all actions. So, although all the actions are done only by the qualities of prakriti. So this is the translation. I just explained in different way. So the summary is, jiva thinks himself as doer. Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasha ahankara vimudatma karta ham iti manyate. ठीक है. Purport. So the forgetful living entity can be compared to a man who is under the influence of disease and has become mad, or to a man haunted by ghost. Okay, like that we can consider a man who is haunted by a ghost, who acts without control and yet thinks himself to be in control. Okay, he acts without control, but he thinks he to be in control. So, under the influence of material nature, the conditioned soul becomes absorbed in material consciousness. In this consciousness, whatever is done under the influence of the material energy is accepted by the conditioned soul as self-actuated. So Jiva is under the influence of Maya, and because of the influence of Maya, he gets completely absorbed in material consciousness, bhautika chetana. In this consciousness, material consciousness, whatever is done is done under the influence of Maya. But Jiva, soul, Baddha Jiva, conditioned soul, accept this as self-actuated, that I have done this. So actually the soul in his pure state of existence should be in Krishna consciousness. Now because of influence of Maya, Jiva is in the material influence, material consciousness, bhautik chetana. But originally what chetana, what consciousness should be? Krishna consciousness. He should be Krishna Bhavanamrit, Krishna chetana. So when a person is not acting in Krishna consciousness, he is understood to be acting in material consciousness. There cannot be any other consciousness. Either he is acting in Krishna consciousness or he is acting in material consciousness. So automatically if one is not serving Krishna, then he cannot say that I am not serving Krishna and I am also not serving Maya. That is not possible. If someone is not serving Krishna, that means automatically he is serving Maya. That is why it is, because by nature Jiva is marginal energy of God, Krishna. Internal energy manages spiritual activities, spiritual world. Material energy or external energy manages material world. And the living entities are Tatastha Shakti, marginal energy. So marginal energy or Tatastha Shakti means someone is standing on the beach. So if somebody is on the beach, he cannot say that I am not in the water also and I am not in the land also. He has to be either one side, either in the beach. There are two things, sand and water. So either you can be on the water or you can be on the sand. You cannot say I am not on both the places. Okay, that is why it is called beach. So it is called Tatastha, marginal energy of Krishna. Now, so the point here is, if someone is not in Krishna consciousness, definitely then he is in material consciousness. So consciousness cannot be killed for the symptom of the living entity is consciousness. The symptom of soul is consciousness. You cannot see soul, but you can feel the consciousness. Okay, if person is conscious, that means the soul is there. The material consciousness simply has to be purified. So consciousness cannot be killed, but the consciousness which is now materially what you can say, materially influenced, coated, that has to be purified. This material covering has to be removed. So then pure consciousness is there, because it is not like soul has to acquire Krishna consciousness. No, soul is by nature Krishna conscious. Okay, Jiver Sarup hoye Krishner Nityadas. Originally Jiva is servant of Krishna, so that is the original consciousness. But Jiva has somehow got this influence, this acquired this material consciousness. This is something, some kind of covering. So purification means removing this covering. So when the covering is removed, automatically one will come to original state. Original state is devotee of Krishna. Everyone is devotee of Krishna. The only thing is few people forget it. So one becomes liberated by accepting Krishna or the Supreme Lord as master, and by changing the mode of consciousness from material consciousness to Krishna consciousness. Simple. Okay. So that's the point. We have to just change our consciousness from material consciousness to spiritual consciousness. Okay. Okay, next shloka. Seventh shloka. तद अस्य संस्थितिर्बन्धः पारतन्त्र्यं च तत्कृतं भवति अकृतुर्ईशस्य साक्षिणो निर्वर्तात्मनः. तद अस्य संस्थितिर्बन्धः पारतन्त्र्यं च तत्कृतं भवति अकृतुर्ईशस्य साक्षिणो निर्वर्तात्मनः. तदस्य संस्थितिर्बन्धः पारतन्त्र्यं च तत्कृतं भवति अकर्तुर्ईशस्य साक्षिणो निर्वृत्तात्मनः. That from the misconception of the conditions of samsriti, conditioned life, bandha, bondage, paratantrayam, dependency, cha, and tatkritam, made by that, bhavati is akartuhu, of the non-doer, ishasya, independent, sakshina, the witness, nirvrit atmanaha, joyful by nature. Material consciousness is the cause of one's conditioned life, in which conditions are enforced upon the living entity by material nature. So, because the jiva, the living entity, is under the influence of material, jiva is having this material consciousness, so this material consciousness causes jiva to get conditioned life, and these conditions are enforced upon the jiva by the material energy. So although the spirit soul does not do anything and is transcendental to such activities, he is thus affected by conditional life. Actually he is transcendental, but in this way, because of the material consciousness, the material energy enforces which conditions. So in this way, jiva, who is actually transcendental, comes in the conditional life. So that misconception leads to bondage for the jiva, this material consciousness. Okay, so jiva, who is not actually the doer but only the witness, it leads to self-created dependence on material enjoyment, though he is an energy of Krishna, and it leads to birth and death, though he has a form of bliss. Actually he is Satchidananda, but he comes in this influence of birth, death, birth, death. What to do? So this ego of doership only makes the jiva, actually jiva is ever blissful, but this ego of doership makes jiva attain the state of bondage of birth and death, and in this way jiva loses his freedom. Okay, become dependent. Though the jiva is in reality a akarta, actually he is non-doer, है ना? He is swadhina, self-sufficient, but he comes in the influence of Maya. Okay, so this shloka is saying that this material consciousness leads jiva into bondage. So this 3 shloka will actually explaining how the jiva got this bondage of birth and death life cycle. Srila Prabhupada is saying that the Mayavadi philosopher who does not differentiate between the supreme spirit and the individual spirit. The Mayavadi people, they have no differentiation between the supreme spirit Paramatma and the individual spirit Atma. They say that the conditional existence of the living entity is his leela or pastime, but the word pastime implies enjoyment in the activities of the Lord only. Leela means only Krishna will do. So the Mayavadi misuse the word and say that even if the living entity has become a stool eating hog, he is also enjoying his pastime. That's what Mayavadi say about jiva. So this is a most dangerous interpretation. Actually he is in the bondage, but they say that jiva is doing his leela, becoming a hog and eating stool. This is a very, very dangerous interpretation of this thing. So actually, now Prabhupada is explaining that actually the Supreme Lord Krishna is the leader and maintainer of all living entities. So Krishna's pastimes are transcendental to any material activities. That is Krishna's pastime, not the jiva. Jiva doesn't, the leela word does not come with jiva. It is only for Krishna. So Krishna, when he performs leela, that activity, that leela on that pastimes are transcendental to any material activity. So such pastimes of Krishna cannot be dragged to the level of the conditional activities of the living entities. So both the things are not right. Dragging Krishna's transcendental activities to the material level, to the level of living entities, that's also not right. And saying that the living entities, the conditioned souls activities are like leela, that's also not right. Okay. So in this conditional life, the living entity actually remains as if a captive in the hands of material energy. Whatever the material energy dictates, the conditioned soul does. So he has no responsibility, he is simply the witness of the action, but he is forced to act in that way due to his offense in his eternal relationship with Krishna. Why he is forced? Because of his offense to Krishna. So Lord Krishna therefore says in Bhagavad Gita that Maya, his material energy, is so forceful that it is insurmountable. Devi Aishi Gudmayi Mama Maya Durattaya Mamayeviye Prapadyante Mayametam Tarantite. Okay, this my Maya, material energy, is very forceful. It is very difficult to overcome, insurmountable. But if a living entity simply understands that his constitutional position is to serve Krishna, and he tries to act on this principle, then however conditioned he may be, the influence of Maya immediately vanishes. Finished. Mam evye prapadyante Maya metam tarantite. Simple. So this is clearly stated in Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter. Krishna takes charge of anyone who surrenders to him in helplessness. Yogakshema Vahamiham. Krishna takes charge of anyone who surrenders to him in helplessness, and thus the influence of Maya or conditioned life is removed. So the spirit soul is actually Satchidananda, eternal. Satchidananda means eternal, full of bliss and full of knowledge. Under the clutches of Maya, however, the jiva suffers from continued birth, death, disease and old age, janam, mrityu, jara, vyadhi. One has to be serious to cure this condition of material existence and transfer himself to Krishna consciousness. This is very important for us. Prabhupada is saying that one has to be serious. It's not like just, okay, this is also one of the activity I am doing. No, this is, on this activity we have to be really serious. This is our actual job, or you can say this is the one activity which we must perform with very seriousness and sincerity. One has to be serious to cure this condition of material existence and transfer himself to Krishna consciousness, for thus his long suffering may be mitigated without difficulty. Then only this suffering will be mitigated. So, Prabhupada is summarizing here that the suffering of the conditioned soul is due to his attachment to material nature. Simple. Our attachment to Maya, to material nature, is the cause of our suffering. So we cannot blame to anyone for our suffering. Our suffering is only because of our attachment to Maya. So this attachment should in this way be transferred from matter to Krishna. This attachment is to matter, so this attachment should be transferred to Krishna. So we are free, we are happy. Simple. Attachment cannot be finished. Attachment is there. So attachment, now I have attachment to material things, so I have to develop the attachment or transfer the same attachment to Krishna. Simple, problem solved. Solution. Prabhupada gave very easy solution. The whole problem is attachment to Maya, material nature. My home, my car, my husband, my wife, my children, my nation, my caste, my state, my language, my, this all. Attachment, what will happen? Oh, my house, what will happen? Oh, my children, what will happen? This attachment is the cause of suffering. It's true. It is actually true. Attachment is the cause of suffering. Okay, that is why, because for example, if you say you are sitting in front of your home and there are on the road cars are parked, and somebody comes and hits one car which is already parked there, and that's not your car, you don't feel much pain. But when it is your car, you feel pain because you are having attachment. This is my car. So this is the cause. Attachment to material nature is the cause of suffering. So we have to just transfer our attachment which is towards material nature. So we have to transfer it to Krishna. Okay. Okay, nice. Okay, so eighth shloka. The cause of the jiva's action is prakriti, because prakriti is the cause of the jiva's body, senses, and sense devatas. And the cause of the results of jiva's action is the jiva or the Lord, because the jiva has his free choice either to serve his own senses and accept a material body. This is what choice number one choice, and another choice is to engage in Krishna consciousness and get a spiritual body. Okay, so and the Krishna, the Lord, is the bestower of the results of jiva's actions. Let's read 8th shloka. कार्य कारण कर्तृत्वे कारणं प्रकृतिं विदु भोक्तृत्वे सुख दुःखानां पुरुषं प्रकृते परम्. कार्य कारण कर्तृत्वे कारणं प्रकृतिं विदु भोक्तृत्वे सुख दुःखानां पुरुषं प्रकृते परम्. कार्य कारण कर्तृत्वे कारणं प्रकृतिं विदु भोक्तृत्वे सुख दुःखानां पुरुषं प्रकृते परम्. Karya, the body, Karan, the senses, Kartritve, regarding the demigods, Karanam, the cause, Prakritim, material nature, Vidu, the learned understand, Bhoktritve, regarding the perception, Sukha, of happiness, Dukkhanam, and of distress, Purusham, the spirit soul, Prakrite, to material nature, Param, transcendental, the cause of the conditioned soul's material body and senses. The cause of the conditioned soul's material body and senses, and the senses presiding deities, the demigods, is material nature. Body and senses and sense devta. For every sense there is a presiding deity. Okay, so this is all, the cause of all this is Maya, material nature. So this is understood by learned men. The feelings of happiness and distress of the soul, who is transcendental by nature, are caused by the spirit soul himself. Soul who is actually transcendental by nature, so the feelings of happiness and distress of the soul, feelings of happiness and distress of the soul are caused by the spirit soul himself.
Yeah.
Okay. So in Bhagavad Gita it is said that when the Lord descends to his material world, to this material world, he comes as a person by his own energy, Atma Maya. He is not forced by any superior energy. He comes by his own will, and this can be called his pastime or Leela. So why the Jiva's activities cannot be called Leela? That is because Jiva's activities are forced on him. But Krishna's activities are called Leela because they are not forced on Krishna. Krishna does by his own will. He wanted to become fish incarnation, so he became. It is not that the Maya forced him to become fish. No, Maya cannot force Krishna. Maya is under the supervision of Krishna. So he feels to do something, he does it. That's it. That's why it is Leela. But Jiva cannot do that. Jiva just cannot drive on the right side also. This much thing. He has to drive on the left. So he is not that free, at least. Okay. Oh, so somebody is driving the car on the right side, and somebody says, "Why you are driving this divider is there, this side you should drive. No, I am driving on right side. Why? My will, I am doing my Leela. Then police will say, I am also doing my Leela. Let's go inside, we both will do Leela. This is the problem. Krishna can do. Okay, Krishna is not under the Maya. Okay. So when he comes and does any activity, he comes by his own. He does it by Atmaya, his own energy, his spiritual energy, internal energy. But here it is clearly stated that the conditioned soul is forced to take a certain type of body. So Krishna become fish, that is Leela. Okay, that is superior things. Okay, it's not under the influence of Maya. But Jiva has, if a Jiva becomes next life fish, that is forced. So Maya forces. So Jiva is forced to take a certain type of body and senses under the three modes of material nature. So that is why we cannot compare ourselves with Krishna. So somebody, there is a very famous video in YouTube. Okay, I am not telling you to go and search. One of the very famous speaker is saying this, that Krishna married to 16,108 wives. So why can't I marry 4 or 5 wives? He is having this idea, and it's a very famous video, and the guy is also very famous. Indirect, oh, he is very dangerous fellow, but he is saying like that. So Krishna can do that, you cannot do that. So he said that I have read Bhagavatam. In that it is mentioned Krishna married 16,108 wives. So Bhagavatam only saying that when Krishna married, he was present with all the 16,108 wives at the same time. He was present with everyone simultaneously. So he was doing some pastime, some activities with Mother Rukmini in one palace, then with Satyabhama in another palace, and Jamvati, and like that, and goes on. In all the 16,108 palaces, he was present simultaneously with all the 16,108 wives. He was present simultaneously. He is Krishna. He created 16,108 palaces, and all the 16,108 wives were in harmony. They were not fighting each other. They were happily serving Krishna. Can you do that? You are not able to manage one wife, and you are talking about marrying 4 or 5 wives, or like Krishna. Because you cannot do that. You cannot become 2. Or if you want to marry 4 wives, you can just, oh, I will become 4 and take care of 4 wives simultaneously. No. Right? So that's what you are not allowed. You cannot do that. Okay. Kali Yuga, it is not at all allowed. In other yugas, for some reason, it might have been allowed. There were some reasons for that. Okay, so we are not going in that detail, but the point is, Jiva's activities are under the control. They are forced upon him. Okay. That's why what Krishna wants, he can do that. Okay. So Krishna is very, very beautiful, handsome, Syama Sundar. So that's not his past karma, that he is very beautiful because of his karma. Good karma, pious karma, no. It's not like that. Okay. But if a person is beautiful, handsome, ugly, black, white, whatever, that's his karma. Maya is enforced. You have, nobody asked. See, Krishna had his choice. Krishna wanted, oh, I will appear in Vrindavan. Okay, let's appear there. He is not forced. No, you have to take birth in Vrindavan only. He is not forced. He is not forced. He desired to appear in Tirupati, Tirumala hill. He appeared. Simple. Okay. But Jiva is forced. Okay, Baba, this is your karma. As per this, you are supposed to take birth here. That's it. How to know? See, if there was a choice that, okay, please tell, where would you like to take birth? Why you told here India? You should have told Bill Gates' house, na? I want to take birth as son of Bill Gates. Why? My Leela, I will do my Leela there. Everybody will take birth in Bill Gates' home only. Maybe some will take in Ambani also, no problem. But there was a choice, na? Why you got take this face cut? Everyone will take face cut of Shah Rukh Khan or maybe some modern actor. Because somebody may say, no, Arey Baba, this is my Leela. I want to take face cut of Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, so because Mahatma Gandhi is in every currency note, so I want my son. Okay, let's we could not take. So somebody may say, okay, I have this my Leela that my son will be having face of Amitabh Bachchan or this or that, Sachin Tendulkar. How it is possible? Not at all possible. Nobody can say. Okay. So this is the point. Nobody has a choice whether you will take birth as a boy or as a girl. No choice. Nobody asked you. You were not given a choice. Okay. So this is forced. Jiva is soul, conditioned soul is forced to take a certain type of body and senses under the three modes of material nature. But Krishna does all the activities by his own. Okay. We have to think that. We have to understand it very clearly. Some people say, oh, because Krishna in the previous life he killed Bali, so in this life he was having his past karma, so he was like this. And no, this is all Leela. It's not like he is bound to do that. He does it by his own way, just to create more rasa in the Leela. That's it. Okay, he is not forced. Right? If he wants it on, it's not big deal. But he does it as a Leela, by his own will. Okay. So, he does many activities in Dwarka. He performs yajna, he performs sraddha or many things. So, that is not because he is bound in the activity. He does it to teach the people that, see, I am behaving as an ideal person, you have to, as an ideal householder, you should do like this. Yeah, that's the point. So, that body is not received according to his own choice. Jiva has no choice that what kind of body he will receive. In other words, we can say that a conditioned soul has no free choice. He has to accept a certain type of body according to his karma. But when there are bodily reactions as felt in happiness and distress, it is to be understood that the cause of the spirit, the cause is the spirit soul himself. If he so desires, the spirit soul can change the conditional life of dualities by choosing to serve Krishna. The choice is there here. Here is the choice. Okay, you cannot change what is already done, but now what to do is having choice. Okay, so if Jiva so desires, the spirit soul can change the conditional life of dualities by choosing choosing to serve Krishna. He can select now. Now I have a choice whether I want to serve Maya or I want to serve Krishna. I want to serve my senses or Krishna. So here I can change my future. This is in hand. This is the choice. Okay, so the living entity is the cause of his own suffering, but he can also be the cause of his eternal happiness. This is the choice we have to take. Now we have choice whether we want to suffer more or we want to get eternal happiness. That's why Bhagavad Gita, at the end of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, Yathechasi tatha kuru. You have choice, what you desire, you do it. I explained. So Krishna is not forcing. Krishna gave the message. Now, Yathechasi tatha kuru. What you desire, you do it. So we have the choice to select the service of our senses or service of Krishna. So each and every activity, small or big, when we do, we have to select the choice, A or B. My senses, Krishna's senses. Why am I doing it? For my pleasure, Krishna's pleasure. Select option A, option B. Always select that. Always check which option I am going. You may be doing very simple activities, regular activities of the day, but think before whether I am doing it for the pleasure of Krishna or for myself. Normal people take bath for themselves, to clean their body, hygiene, this, that, so many things. But you can also take bath, but because you have to serve Krishna, so you have to be clean. Okay, you have to be pure. So for that purpose, to serve Krishna, you do. Okay, so activities may be same, it looks same, but the intention will change the result or everything. Why am I doing it? For my senses, for Krishna's senses, for my pleasure, for Krishna's pleasure. Okay. So when Jiva wants to engage in Krishna consciousness, now you have selected. We selected, I want to engage in Krishna consciousness. So then a suitable body is offered to him by the internal potency, the spiritual energy of the Lord. As soon as I desire that I want to serve Krishna, I am immediately transferred under the control of internal energy, Srimati Radharani. Devim Prakritim Ashrita. And as soon as I select, I want to serve my senses, I am under the influence of external energy, Durga, Maya. Immediately, they say, oh, this is, I say, I want to serve my senses. Hey, this is your department. Durga Devi, please take care of him. He goes to another department. File goes to Durga Devi's table. And he said, no. The file on top of file it is written, I want to serve Krishna. Durga Devi, oh, this is Radharani's side. She sent file to internal energy. You take care of him. This is not my matter. Like that. In government office, you see, na, they say file, oh, this is not our, take the electricity department, send him there. Oh, this is not the other department, send it. Oh, this is ours, yeah. So, like that. So when I want to engage in Krishna's service, then immediately I am under my file is with whom? Internal energy, okay, spiritual energy. So, spiritual energy will offer a suitable body, okay. the kind of service I want to perform, accordingly the body will be given. So one may want to serve Krishna in the form of a tree, just to make some shadow, some fruits, so that kind of body will be given. Some may want to serve Krishna, like Nanda Maharaj wanted to serve Krishna as his son, so he got the suitable body. And when Jiva want to satisfy his senses, then his file is with Durga Devi, so a material body is offered. Okay, you want to sleep and enjoy sleeping, go and become polar bear. You want to remain without clothes, you go and become tree. You want to eat non-veg, go and become tiger. Right? And you want to eat rotten food, go and become insect. So in this way it is Jiva's, it is our free choice to accept a spiritual body or a material body. But once the body is accepted, he has to enjoy or suffer the consequences. Okay, so choice is there, but once the option, the button is pressed, now you have to see the consequences. There अब कुछ नहीं हो सकता भैया, अब तो आपने बटन दबा दिया है ना. So it's just like you have pressed it, that's it. Now consequences will come. So be sure which button are you pressing, because consequences you have to suffer. So think and select. Okay, think and select every activity. When you are saying, oh very nice, some fruit you saw, banana or apple or some any fruit. Nowadays foreign fruits are very popular in India. Kiwi, dragon fruit, avocado. It looks like some dragon, whether it is fruit or some demon. So any fruit you say, oh it's very nice, so you want to eat for your sense enjoyment. That is your one choice. Second choice, you want to offer it to Krishna and take as prasad. You want to purchase this fruit, you want to pluck this fruit for the pleasure of Krishna, so that's your choice. You want to take it for the pleasure of Krishna, or you want to take it for the pleasure of your own senses. These are the two choice we have. Full day, each and every activity, small to big, we perform, we have this choice. So always think which button I am pressing here. Very important. So because the button you press, it will decide where your file will go, whose mercy you want, Radharani or Durga Devi. Durga Devi mercy comes through Trishula. So that will decide where your file will go, and that will decide what the consequences will be, and then you have to suffer consequences. There is no choice. So choice is there in selection, no choice is there in consequences. Simple. So the Mayavadi philosopher's presentation is that the living entity enjoys his pastimes by accepting the body of a hog. We started with this point, that the Mayavadi say that the living entity is enjoying the leela, becoming a stool eating hog. This theory is not acceptable. However, because the word pastime implies voluntary acceptance for enjoyment, pastime means voluntary acceptance for enjoyment. Therefore, this interpretation is most misleading. That is why it is said, don't listen to Mayavadi. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Mayavadir bhasa sunle sarvanas hoye. This is the instruction of Sriman Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Chaitanya, that don't hear anything from Mayavadis. They are the most misleading. When there is an enforced acceptance for suffering, it is not a pastime. Baba, you are forced. Now somebody, you have seen someone inside the jail doing some hard work or being given some punishment, and you ask me, hey, why you are doing like this? Are, this is my leela, this is my pastime. What do you see? Some people say also like this. So you are forced to get some beatings, and you are saying it is leela. What is this? This is jabardast wala foolishness. Okay. So Jiva's activities are forced upon him, so they cannot be called as leela. Many people compare ourselves. Oh, Krishna can do, why cannot I do? You are forced to do this. Krishna is Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead. He comes and he does things by his own choice. So leela means voluntary acceptance for enjoyment. Okay, he came as Varahadev. That was his voluntary acceptance for enjoying the fighting spirit. So he came as a Varaha and he fought with Hiranyaksha, who is also his devotee. Jay Vijay, they came as Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. So he came and as a demon to give the pleasure of fighting to Krishna. Okay, but your enemy who is fighting with you it's not our plea plan. Hey, you act as my enemy and we will fight and break each other's teeth and let us enjoy fighting spirit. Nobody does that. Okay, so that cannot be called as leela. So when there is enforced acceptance for suffering, it is not a pastime, it is not a leela. The Lord's pastime and the conditioned living entities' acceptance of karmic reaction are not on the same level. Okay, so that's the point here. Okay, so that was the 8th shloka. Now okay, so now 9th to 49. This is the next section. Tomorrow we will do, but I'll just tell you what actually it is. Just 1-2 minutes. This 9 to 49, almost 40 shlokas, 41 shlokas. They will talk about the characteristics of pradhana, time, and other elements. So this is called Sankhya Yoga, more detail, like for 24 elements of this Brahmand or Srishti or creation. How it works, what are the characteristics, what are those 24 elements actually, 24 tattva, what are that? That 24 elements are the ingredients of this creation. Okay, these 24 elements were given to Brahmaji. Okay, chalo, like somebody want to make khichdi, so you brought some potato, tomato, brinjal or sabji and gave, okay, bana do khichdi. So that is raw material. So now Mother Devuti's question was there, so that answer will be given here in the 9th to 49 shloka, because she asked about the characteristics of Prakriti and Purusha. More you tell. Now this is summarized, now you tell me more. So in the 9th shloka she will ask that tell me more about this Prakriti and Purusha. Okay, so this thing will be explained here. Okay, so thank you so much for your patiently hearing and your time. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Anant Koti Vaishnavan ki jai. So if you have any question or comment, you can unmute now and ask. Okay.